Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Gary Smith, and boy, it's been an exciting couple of days if you play Magic the Gathering in any sort of form at all. First of all, Wizards have released the packaging and box art for Modern Masters 2017, and boy, it's kind of meh. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about the artwork, and I can see why. I mean, we had Ex-Champion, we had Khan, we had all these interesting cards and Dillian Clique on the previous set's artwork, and this time we have Domri Raid, a red-green Planeswalker that we haven't seen since Gatecrash because no one's wanted to see him since Gatecrash. It's not as if he was that an impressive Planeswalker, and it seems weird to be including him in this set when Mythics don't really show up in draft that often, so he's not really like a limited playable card in the sense of they're not pushing it for limited. And then we have an Angel, which hasn't been in the game since a Lava block, the one that only allows you to untap one creature a turn or one thing a turn. Again, that's a very fun limited card, but a rare. Again, you're not going to see it that often. And the final pack art, I believe, was something else. Can't remember what the final pack art is, but the most interesting thing is the box art, a completely new art for a card. And if we follow past editions of Modern Masters when they've reprinted an invitational card in the set, it's had new artwork. Even in Eternal Masters with Shadow Mage Infiltrator, which would suggest that it's possible that Snapcaster Mage, the most recent invitational card ever to see print, could have new artwork. It's supported by the fact that the artwork is of quite a clearly, obviously blue mage who seems to be snapping his fingers to do some sort of spell, so Snapcaster could be it. If that's the case, I'm really excited by that. Oh yeah, and sorry, the third pack art, Gristlebrand, which is actually an exciting reprint if you open it in limited and get to cheat it into play. So we know that about the set, which suggests that they're actually going to be reprinting some good Innistrad stuff, some mediocre Return to Ravnica stuff, but hey, we'll have to wait and see what the archetypes actually mean next week when spoilers start. Other things they've released though over the last couple of days, well, they've released the Amonkhet pack art with 5 different artworks, which is quite interesting because normally packs only get 3 different types of artwork, none of which seem to be Planeswalkers, unless one of these artworks is for an Amonkhet Planeswalker, which is possible, but when you consider the fact they've released 3 Planeswalker artworks for existing known Planeswalkers, well, unless one of those is a spell, it looks like we already know our 3 Planeswalkers for Amonkhet. So I'm going to hopefully be showing the artwork on the screen right now. And the first up is Liliana in an absolutely gorgeous artwork with her eating kind of fruit given to her by mummies in a very Tassaguri style artwork, but really does fit Liliana. This artwork is gorgeous, beautifully done. The artist is fantastically, just awesome. It's kind of creepy, a bit like Liliana, but also mummies. Yes, proof that mummies are on Amonkhet. It means so exciting that hopefully we'll get some mummy cards. Not even play zombies, but mummies. Oh, so good. Then we've got a Gideon artwork in Egyptian themed armor. I actually really like this artwork. I really like the style of the armor. It's just really interesting to see Gideon change and fit the theme of the plane. Obviously getting equipped up, even though he doesn't really need to, he's indestructible. And the final artwork is an artwork of Nissa, which I hope is not a Planeswalker artwork, because Nissa in back-to-back blocks, it's not as if we haven't got enough cards of her. Like, if there's a Nissa card, it will be 3 different Nissa Planeswalkers in Standard at once, which I think is far too many, really, to be honest, for a green Planeswalker when they've already pushed green enough in Standard. So hopefully we are going to get 4 Planeswalkers in this set, and hopefully one of them is Nicobolus, or at least a blue Planeswalker, because blue and red are being missed out. Maybe a blue-red Planeswalker. Something to replace if they ban Saheeli Riot. I don't know. All I know is I really like these artworks, even if I don't want all the Planeswalkers. Another big announcement they've announced is 5 full art lands that you'll be able to get in Amonkhet boosters at a ratio of 1 to 4 packs. So 1 in 4 packs will have a full art land, and it appears to be there's only one artwork for each full art, which kind of goes at the same ratio as Battle for Zendikar. There were four arts for each full art land, which means that you had a 1 in 4 chance of getting a full art version of that land when you had a chance of getting it, which was 1 in 5, so 1 in 20 to get the right artwork, which is the same odds of getting the artwork you want or the land art you want this time around, which seems about fair. 1 in 20 packs will have a plains, or 1 in 20 packs will have an island, that kind of ratio, which is then the artwork. Personally, I absolutely love all of these artworks, and I'm going to be promptly replacing all my Battle for Zendikar lands. They have said as well there are going to be other sources for these, so hopefully at least one of these is in the fat pack, because that will make me buy a fat pack or 2 just to get all the full art lands, in addition to the boosters. So that's absolutely gorgeous, especially if there's only one of each one artwork. It means you're just going to get like 20 of each artwork, which is great. Absolutely love it. So that is kind of everything, except for one final spoiler. You see, the Brazilian Facebook page put up a photo, or Brazil Magic website, whatever, put up a photo of all the different products for Amonkhet, and accidentally left the text on their Planeswalker cards shown in the Planeswalker decks. Now, we already knew that Gideon and Liliana over the weekend were going to be cards in these things, but now we know what Liliana's plus ability is, which is put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature, which is incredibly interesting because that means -1/-1 counters are likely to be a theme in the set, which means we're more likely to get Persist than Undying, which some people expected Undying to return with mummies rising from the grave, but Persist could do a very similar thing of Egyptian plane of like things being sacrificed to come back. It just really does fit the theme, and I think with +1/+1 counters already being big in Aether Revolt Kaladesh block, thanks to cards like the Snake, that we're likely to get this other theme. And it kind of goes against the Snake as well, because if a -1/-1 counter is put on your creature, it adds an extra one. You don't get a choice in that matter. So I think it's going to be very interesting, and would also explain why they tried having the mechanic where you proliferate. That was it. They tried having proliferate in Aether Revolt and said it just didn't work. I think this might be why. It would be too powerful with all the different counters going on and everything else. So hopefully at least we know part of what Black will be doing in Amonkhet is -1/-1 counters, and hopefully the Liliana that actually is in the set is a little bit more powerful than 5 mana +2, I think, is to put a -1/-1 counter on something. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're excited for all this stuff as me, and I'll see you next time.